Welcome to the second class on the structure and details of the second Beis Hamikdash. In the last class, we learned about the Beis, and in this class, we're going to learn about the Ezras Noshim. So, for starters, it's called the Ezras Noshim because there was an upper level porch which was made for the woman. So that's indicated over here. This is an upper level porch, and as you can see, it's on both sides. It's unclear whether it also extended into these sides as well, because we have doors over here and doors over here. Maybe it extended partially, or maybe it didn't. Now, in terms of the entrance, so in front of the entrance, there were 12 steps. Each one of the steps was a half an amma high and a half an amma wide. So that means that the Ezras Noshim was 6 ammas higher than the Beis, because there were 12 steps, each one was a half an amma high. Now, moving along in terms of the size of the Ezras Noshim, it was an exact square. It was 135 ammas by 135 ammas, which is about 212 feet by 212 feet, and later we'll show a representation of what that is. And then, as we can see, we have over here these corners. They were l'shachis, they were rooms, and each one was 40 ammas by 40 ammas. They were also square, and that's around 63 feet by 63 feet. And in terms of what these l'shachas were used for, so the first one over here was the Alishka and Nazirim in the southeastern corner. It's where the Nazirim would cook their carbon shlomim and cut their hair. This one over here in the northeastern corner was the Alishkas Dira Eitzim. It's where the Kehanim that were Bali Mum checked the wood for worms. This one here in the northwestern corner was the Lishkas HaMitzrayim, where the Mitsura would tovel and then wait to place his thumbs into the Ezras Yisrael, to have blood from his carbon as well as oil placed on his thumbs, thereby becoming tar. And this one over here in the southwestern corner was the Lishkas Beis Shimano. It's where the wine and oil was stored. Moving along, over here there was 15 steps. So this was in front of the Azara. There were these 15 round steps corresponding to the 15 Shir Hamalis. Each one of the steps, like the steps in front of the Ezras Noshim itself, were a half an amma high and a half an amma wide. And this is where the Levim would stand and play their music. So this means that the Azara, which is next over here, was 7.5 ammas higher than the Ezras Noshim. And so over here there were 2 rooms under the Azara. So on each side of the steps, there was a door that opened to a room. It was separate rooms, or maybe it was one room connected. It was located under the Azara where the Levim stored their musical instruments. And finally, there was a Bezdin of 23 judges at the entrance of the Azara, which means it was somewhere in the Ezras Noshim. Now, in terms of seeing a visual of the size of the Ezras Noshim and each of the l'shachas, so you can see over here we have Eastern Parkway. Here we have Union. It's pretty much a full block all the way to the corner, and it extends all the way past. Here's the building of 770. Here's the courtyard. Here's the building with the library. It goes all the way to here. This is about the size of the Ezras Noshim. Here's another view of it. So you can see it extends all the way past the courtyard, and over here as well to Union, it goes all the way to the corner. And then in terms of the size of the l'shachas, so here's another visual in front of 770. You can see it goes from one side, it goes somewhat into the courtyard, then it goes all the way here, almost across the service lane. And here's another view of it, where you can see this is around the size of each of the l'shachas, so you can get an idea of the size of the Ezras Noshim as well as the l'shachas. And with that, we'll end the second class.